Hey, this is Salma speaking now for you. I'm here today with you to discuss a very important and crucial topic. Many scientists, biologists, and researchers worked on this topic for many years ago and still work in it for these days because it's a very significant topic and a very significant field word. We must understand it. This topic is about genetics. Genetics. Have you ever heard like these words before? Okay, let me explore it to you. Genetic is just simple word consisting of just little letters, but actually it's a very wide word that we must understand it. Because if we understand genetics or understanding the genetics will lead us understand our basics, how I got my shape, how I got my eyes, how I got my skin color, what is the similarities between me and my parent, and between you and your parents, how you got this beautiful eye like your father. Genetics will make us understandable for all these tissues. So follow me. So if you new learner in genetics, I recommend you to begin with learning and understanding a very important biological molecule called DNA. What is the DNA? DNA is about macromolecule or polymer consists of monomers called nucleotides. The nucleotide is the building block of DNA. So what is the nucleotide? Nucleotide is about monomer consists of three main parts. The first part is phosphate group and is the part of DNA that responsible for its negative charge. The second part is, as we see it, is deoxyribose or deoxyribose sugar, or we can call it 5-carbon sugar pentose sugar. This is the second part is about sugar, a type of carbohydrates included in the structure of DNA. So the third part, and it's the most important part of the DNA, is nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base can be one of four: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. These nitrogenous base, the part of DNA that contain and carry our genetic information, our genetic codes. So from here we understand that DNA is a macromolecule of our chromosomes that carry our genetics, our genetic information that after now will be expressed, and so the coded message included in its nucleotides. So this macromolecule included in the chromosomes which included in our cells. What is the cell? What is the chromosome? The cell is the main and the small, we can call it part of our tissue, but in fact there's many molecules that is smaller than cell. The cell is the building block of any living thing. Each cell contains many organelles. One of these organelles is nucleus. Nucleus contain X-shaped structure called the chromosomes, which include DNA inside them. We have in each somatic cell in our bodies 46 chromosome. Each chromosome include a large molecule of DNA. So we have in each somatic cell 46 DNA molecule. When a cell divides meiotically, it forms our gametes that have the half of our somatic cells number of chromosomes, so have the half of our somatic cell DNA molecules. Actually, the genetic information our gametes not identical to the somatic cell. The genetic information included in these gametes that which of pass from our parents to us to our bodies. So our bodies contain some of the genetic information included in our parents, but not all and not identically or totally identical to our parents. That means that we have now some of our parents' genetics. Yes, you are correct. But actually, this information that inserted in your body, not all will be expressed, but some of these information will just expressed. So, when and how this information will be expressed. Before anything, we can say that our genetic information is the thing that's responsible for all the body's activities and function, but indirect. We can uh, we can always remember that word. It responsible and control our function and activities, but indirectly. So, how the DNA or our genetic information contact to our activities? What is the relation between them? Let me explain it to you now. A process called protein synthesis is the contact between our genetic information and its relationship with our function and activities. This process composed of two main or subdivided processes called. The first process is transcription and the second process is translation. Transcription means something make transcript of another something. If my brain give information to my body to show and express the gene of green color, so how the body and the genetic information do this? Through these two processes, transcription and translation. Before we explain how the body transcript and translate our genetic information, we can say first that DNA molecule consists of many sections or specific sections, each called gene. Each gene carry information or message that encoded or expressed to a specific thing that will make a specific function in the body. So if my brain give information to the body to show we can say green color, a green eye, how the body will make this. Okay, we can first start with transcription. In the gene of green eye color in our DNA molecule, this gene will make a transcript from itself. This transcript called RNA with more modification in the nucleus, it become a molecule called mRNA, which is called messenger RNA. That from its name, it's contain a message from the DNA molecule that want to express it. This is the process of transcription. DNA molecule transcript itself or transcript it's the genetic message included in this gene into a molecule of mRNA. After transcription is done, this is the turn of translation. Translation is the process of synthesized protein. This protein came from the genetic message came from DNA in the form of mRNA. This protein will after that express for the spreading and calming the green pigments in our eye. This after that will express the green eye color. That's the whole story. This process is fit for any other similarities or differences in our bodies, in any our expression, in any our activity, or any our structure and function in our body. You must know that you aren't identical to your parents, but just inherited some traits from your parents. These some inherited traits may be all expressed and may be all not. So You are unique from itself. Finally, I wanted to say small thing. The field of genetic is very wide, and I discussed only some little information in the field of genetics, but I discussed our basics to maybe you answer or response to your question how I got my shape, my structure, and my function. That's not all. Scientists still research and work in genetics, so for me, I am not ended for now. But I said it before, I shared some little information. So, uh, I am finished, and I hope my talk benefits you. And bye for now.